There you go.
Coming out in front on the Rockstar finish line area.
Hey, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kate, and we are Outlaw Productions.
We're here at Georgian Downs in Barrie, Ontario today to bring you another CSRA Web Series video.
The sun is shining, the races have started, we're going to head down to the pits and get some rider interviews.
All right, everybody, we're here doing a team talk video with Mike Schmidt from London Recreational. Now, Mike, we've noticed that the London Rec team has been around for a very long time. You got an abundance of sleds out there, so why don't we talk a little bit about who's riding for you, who's been there since the start?
I guess it all started back in 1994. Actually, Steve Brand from TechVest introduced me to Rick Wilson and asked if I would come and wrench on his sled. I was drag racing at the time. So it started then. It grew over the years. We've had dozens and dozens of riders. I think we got 7 overall national championships. Just the excitement combined everything that I liked in snowmobiling. The speed, the cornering, the jumps. I got hooked immediately. Obviously that was over 20 years ago, and been at it ever since, and I see us doing it for a long time coming.
Well, that's what you want to hear from any team owner. Now, with the team, I mean, you're managing, you're directing everybody. Who else is on this team?
Actually, we do all the work at through the week at our shop, London Recreational. I'm a concrete pool builder, so and Rick is also in the pond business, so it frees up our winter. So I keep 2 or 3 guys in the shop over the winter, so we do all the repairs through the week there. When we come to the race, we have Stu Fowles. He looks after all the normal maintenance in the trailer and keeps the gas in the sleds and all the normal running around. As far as wrenching on the track, that's my job as well. So it's pretty much Stu and I.
Just give a quick rundown, sponsors that are helping you out through this season.
Yeah, we got to thank Skidoo. Skidoo's been with us for 20 years now. Stud Boy Traction Products, Ron. Team Vincent Motorsports, Monarch Landscaping, Wilson Ponds, of course, London Recreational. A lot of these companies have been with us for years and years. Can't thank them enough.
Right on. Well, be sure to keep an eye out for the blue, white, and black sleds out on the track for London Rec.
All right, I'm here with Devin Wilson. Devin, tell us a little bit about how you got started in snowcross.
Well, my old man, Rick Wilson, he was the 4-time Canadian champion for CSRA, and I just kind of wanted to follow his legacy and just, eventually when he got older, start kicking his rear just so I can, say that I want to be #1 for a pro in Canada anyway, so.
All right, everyone, I'm here with Ben Barrie. Barrie, how you doing?
Good, great.
All right, why don't you give us a bit of history? How'd you get started in snowcross?
If it wasn't for my uncle, I wouldn't be here today at all. Rick Wilson, he pretty much started the sport, it seems like, and got me to where I am today in Pro Light.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your sled. What do you ride?
I run a 600 Skidoo XS.
I run the 13 Skidoo 600 RS.
Fantastic. All right, why don't we give a quick shout out to your sponsors?
I can't thank Mike Schmidt, London Rec, enough for keeping our sleds maintained and everything. Wisner's.
Mike Schmidt from London Recreational, Rick Wilson, Wilson Ponds, my teammates Ben Barrie, Johnny Fowles, Kyle Ward, Blake Taylor.
Daco, Rockstar Energy for the series.
Team Vincent Motorsports, Castrol Edge, JC Rock, Actionetics, Shock Doc, Pro Wraps, and Sled Pro.
Fantastic. Sounds good. Good luck today. And now we're going to go over to Kyle for some more interviews.
little bit, taking a break from the action. And I'm standing here with Brian from Dayco. Now, Brian, we talked a little bit with you in Sault Ste. Marie. You had a trailer outside. You didn't have as much stuff on display, but now that you're inside, you got a whole whack of products behind us. So why don't we talk a little bit about what you're showing here today?
Okay, well, we, as you can see, we have a lot of product, mainly what we call our trapper hats, which are great sellers in places like Sault Ste. Marie when it's 30 or 40 below. Now we can show all the t-shirts and sweatshirts and everything else that we have. Sunglasses are going to be a hot item today. And it's nice being inside. This is about 50 degrees warmer than it was in the zoo, as you recall. It was kind of chilly there.
All right, and then also too, Dayco has brought forth, and they're selling here at the track today, all the XTX belts. How the sales been going for the XTX belt?
Sales been going very well. We move a lot of product at the racetrack, not only to the racers but to the public also. And they know that if they need a belt, they can come here and get the best belt available.
Right on. Well, if you got a chance to come in, warm up, grab a Rockstar, come over to the Dayco booth, check out all of their stuff, their merch, grab an XTX belt and try it on your sled today. We're going to take this opportunity to go to a quick commercial break and be right back with all CSRA action.
As certain as the sun rises and sets around the world, OTS FF Group is dedicated to providing flexible, comprehensive, and reliable transportation solutions. Air transportation, ground transportation, and ocean freight, we offer innovative and custom-built packages specifically designed to meet your transportation needs. OTS FF Group has been keeping shipments moving globally for nearly 2 decades. OTS FF Group, flexible logistics services designed for you.
While the riders are finishing their autographs, we're heading over to the track for our point of view hot lap.
Ladies and gents, hold on to your chairs as Outlaw Productions strap you up to Rockstar Polaris rider number 717, Jacob Roscoe Barrie. It's time for your point of view hot lap here at Georgia Down, Barrie. This half-mile track made with natural snow is a tad bit larger than our previous years. Following the starting line and right corner, we find ourselves approaching a bit of a fork where riders can choose their path. Here we've got some moguls for the athletes to sail over, while the motion sickness kicks in, of course. Being precise over these humps is key during the race. Jacob does a fine job in mastering this section as he makes a left turn to a few extra jumps. Followed by a slight right. Approaching this corner is quite difficult where it reduces speed drastically. The final straightaway as we find ourselves soaring through the air over these last 2 jumps. This concludes your view in the hot seat. The audience is stoked and the sleds are revved up as we're about to begin our Moto 1 and Moto 2 qualifiers. We kick things off with our Moto 1 Pro Women's, where the battles are tense and each rider eager for a first place. Snow is flying as our previous winner, Angela Vicchino, is followed by a swarm of hungry athletes. In the end, it was number 55, Angela Vicchino, with the Moto 1 victory. Continue with our Pro Light Series, who struggle to keep intact through this first sharp corner. Like a school of dolphins, these kids are ripping these sleds for a gnarly race. Although there were a couple spills, the riders managed to pull through. And our Moto 1 Pro Light winners goes to Jacob Gervais and Ben Holmes. And finally, the cherry on top, Pro Open class. Here we see these guys fighting with every strength to maneuver these sleds through the track. Catching crazy big air, even difficult for our cameras to catch. Rockstar Polaris rider Ian Hayden takes the checkered flag. Stay tuned for your Moto 2 results coming up next.
For over 60 years, the Barrie Group of companies has served Canada's construction, automotive, and retail markets, combining hard work, leadership, and unrivaled customer service. With 8 locations across Canada, our manufacturing capacity and national presence ensures that our customers across the country have the lightweight steel products they require. Canadian-owned and family-operated, trust the name built on a family creed of integrity, honesty, and respect. We are a proud sponsor of the Barrie Motorsports team and congratulate them on their growing success on the Snowcross circuits.
And it's time for Moto 2 updates. Here we've got our Pro Women's Series. Check this out as a radical battle between Angela Vicchino and Alexa Callan take place. Both riders are desperately trying to pass one another. As the rest of the riders trail behind, the checkered flag is waved. Do we have a winner? No surprise here as Angela Vicchino once again takes the victory. Moving to the Pro Light class, where the throttles are pushed even further. All riders quite close to one another. This is shaping up to be a good one. As the last of the riders come sailing across the finish line, it's number 18. Racking up the win in Moto 2 Pro Light winners is Jacob Gervais and Blake Taylor. And the best of the best Pro class is fired up. Our previous winner, Colby Crapo, just inches behind Ian Hayden. And in the blink of an eye, the number 27 sled is down with an unfortunate bail. And on the other end of the track, Colby Crapo has some misfortunes with his sled. Moto 2 Pro Open winner is Ian Hayden with 95 points.
We're off for another commercial break. Be right back. Alright, welcome back, race fans. We've got the Pro Women already heading out onto the track into the first corner here. Got Alexa Callan pulling out the whole shot, and it's going to be Angelina Vicchino right behind her. Not going to give up too much room, but she's going to run to the outside of the track here, heading into the rhythm section. Now, this rhythm section's been tough all day, taking a pounding on all the slides. Angela crosses over, trying to get away from Alexa Callan. Going to make her own path as she heads through the rhythm section there. Heading up over the double here, you can see they are very close, almost neck and neck. And Angela is going to make her move on the inside here of Alexa Callan. And Alexa doesn't look like she's giving up. She's holding her own. And here they come side by side and back through another small rhythm section over a little tabletop. And they're going to head over towards the final straightaway where there's a couple of big jumps there. They're catching huge air all day long. And as you can see, the rest of the pack behind not too far. Thompson's battling it out there, third. And Thompson's been consistent. She's been on the podium a couple times already this season. So, I mean, we got Angelina Vicchino kind of, dominating the Pro Women's. but Alexa Callan not letting Angela get too far ahead, kind of holding her own today, a little bit off of pace, but still, keeping it close. If there's any mistakes by Angela, it's quick, easy route for Alexa to get up and by. And it's going to be hard to say because, Angela has not really messed up at all this season. She's been running strong, very focused, very determined. And, I would be too if there was a brand new pickup truck on the line for it. As we all know that the Pro Women's Champ is going to be picking up a brand new Ford F-150. Angela Vicino heading into the final jump here before the next lap. Looking real good, looking smooth, and we got Alexa Callan coming up behind here. But what's surprising is Brittany Thompson sneaking up on Alexa Callan. Now, Thompson, we've talked about her before. She's been on the podium a couple times this season. And she's definitely looking for a number one plate as well, too, to add to her trophy case. But this rhythm section can prove some big difficulties there. You can see most of the riders are just bouncing around, getting tossed everywhere. So I think this is going to come down to a battle of left-standing with their sleds. So we got Angela coming back up through this little rhythm section here, heading back towards the final straightaway. Just looking smooth and consistent, no issues, no trouble there. Alexa Callan following close, and then Thompson she looks like she's going to start battling for second pretty soon. So we got Angela coming across the finish line here, and she's slowing down, but she's going off the track. I don't know if she knows that it is the final lap or not, but she just headed off the track. Alexa Callan and Brittany Thompson are going to make her way by it. Oh, there we go. Angela pins it back on as everyone's screaming at her, telling her to get back on the track. So Angela Vicino that was one of those mistakes that we talked about, and it allowed for Brittany Thompson and Alexa Callan to get up ahead. Angela getting a little loose through that rhythm section, making short work of it though, getting up here close to Thompson. Probably going to get Thompson in this corner here. And now she's got a bullseye on the back of Alexa Callan's sled. She's got to catch up. She's got to get back past her so she can get that number one spot again for these points. So we got Angela. She's already caught up. It's not even been a full lap yet, and she's already just right on the back bumper of Alexa Callan. Alexa doing a smart move there, kind of taking her to the outside, but Angela just comes blasting up on the inside there. So it's not going to be too long before she gets back ahead, but it just looks like Alexa is just not giving up today. Now we got some real racing. It's side by side, bar to bar action here, and there we go. Angela's just starting to kind of pull away a bit there. Alexa playing it smoother on the safer on the smoother side of the rhythm section there, but Angela's just going to pretty much walk away with this victory now as she starts gapping out the pack again. And as you can see, Brittany Thompson kind of faded back a bit there too, but she's holding her own, and probably going to take that number 3 spot here for today at Georgia Downs on the Saturday. So Angela just heading into a couple more bumps here, a couple jumps, and back to the straightaway, where she's going to air it out over again and take the checkered flag. So congratulations, Angela. Alexa Callan coming in second, Brittany Thompson close behind in third. We're going to send it down to Kate for the post-race interview.
All right, I am here once again with Angela Vicino. Angela, you went out there, you absolutely killed it. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion in that third lap there. What happened? What was going on?
I thought they flew the white flag and the next lap was the checkered, and apparently the race wasn't over. And I looked over, everybody on trackside was pointing, and I saw now that was currently second and third, now first and second. Yeah. So I just rode my heart out to take a win. I almost cartwheeled myself, riding a little bit over my head, but I managed to pull it together and focus and take the win.
No, you sure did, and it was an amazing race to watch, absolutely. What did you think about the track today?
I thought the track was a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of the girls complain that it's rough. I think it's really good. And you know what? It was really good because the field, we stuck together more. As much as they didn't like it, we were still more together, and it was a lot of fun. It's a lot bigger, so it's more challenging.
Yeah, and it looks like your sled took care of you, running good, yeah?
Yeah, I could do a little bit better on the whole shot today, which I think was driver error as well. Yeah. But the suspension is working great. RJ Motorsports definitely has that tuned in for me.
You look fantastic out there. Why don't you give a shout out to your sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank Articat, Speedworks, RJ's, Boston Pizza, Wendy's, The Brick, Eclipse Financial, Speedworks, Auto Trim Design. I can't thank them enough. They've been a great sponsor. They're from the local area here doing all my graphics. And yeah, it's been a great season, so thanks.
Absolutely love watching you. Can't wait for the next round. Well done, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a quick break and be right back with all our Pro Light action. Alright, jumping right back into the action with the pro lights here, Georgia Downs on Saturday. And as you can see, everyone heading to the corner. Everyone's just kind of bunching up there, getting real close. Bradbury's on the absolute inside, taking that whole shot right there. And as we head back into this rhythm section, we know it's been treacherous all day. The pro women had a little bit of trouble with it. Bradbury's just bombing through it, trying to make short work of it, make a little bit of a gap, get ahead of the rest of the pack. Billy Turner's coming up on the inside here with Jacob Gervais just right ahead of him in second place. Both of them looking consistent throughout the season, doing a real good job. But as you can see, it's all Bradbury right now leading the rest of the pack here. We've got a bunch of sleds in this class. Everyone, riding hard, trying to do the best they can, but it's really hard once you're at the back of the pack here to fight up through the traffic. I mean, it is a little bit wider of a track, but it's longer, so the only thing that's going to do any justice is the endurance of the riders. So as people start to fade out, that's your chance to get up and get by them. As you can see, they're launching it over these big jumps here in front of the grandstands. You know, a lot of people going nuts about that, loving to see all the action here at the CSRA in Georgian Downs at Barrie. Looks like Billy Turner's trying to double through these rhythm sections here, getting up close to Bradbury. Bradbury's, just running his own race. He knows he's up front. See him checking over his shoulder once in a while. Got Jacob Roscoe-Fong back roughly about 7th place right now, so there's another guy you got to watch out for. Jacob's been really consistent over the years. He's known to come back and take a win from somebody coming so far back on the track. But we're going to keep an eye on Jacob and see how he does. Bradbury checking over his shoulder again. Billy Turner right there, right behind him. So it's going to put a little bit of pressure on Bradbury, going to make him right over his head a little bit. So we'll see what the pressure does to him. And we've got Jacob Gervais following up close behind as well. Bradbury just jumping back in through this rhythm section here. You can see Billy Turner still trying to get the doubles through that section there. I think if you can pull it off, he's going to make up a lot of time on Bradbury. Bradbury just seems to be skimming across the tops of it, so he's not losing too much time. Billy Turner's sneaking in a ski there, poking it in, letting them know that, hey, I'm right behind you here. If you mess up, I'm going to take your spot from you. So Bradbury's got an immense amount of pressure now because he knows he's got to get going to hold on to that #1 spot here in the pro light class. So we got the rest of our riders coming up, following close behind, but we're going to see them sky it out over here over the jump, right in front of the grandstand. And that's one of the best things about this facility. You can come, you can stay warm, sit in the grandstands on the inside, and enjoy the show. And it's been quite a show so far. So we got Bradbury coming back in through the rhythm sections here, and just like we said, skimming across the top. Billy Turner's just penning it, staying up behind him. Jacob Gervais not too far behind, and the rest of the riders, it's starting to become more of a one-line track. They're starting to spread out. Billy Turner gets into the back of Bradbury there. It's I don't think he meant to do that intentionally, but he just tried to get in there, probably couldn't cut it over enough. We got another rider down, an Arctic Cat rider there, so he's up, he's okay, he's walking around. So by the time Bradbury comes around, the track's going to be clear there. So, it's pretty sound for these guys if they can just hold their own and keep going fourth and consistently. There's Jacob Roscoe Fong, moved up one position to sixth. And Bradbury's just, giving her all that he's got. He's going to hold it right to the bar. And Billy Turner's got to get something going here, He's got to make up some lost time that he just lost in that collision. And that Bradbury coming back through the road section gets loose, and Bradbury goes down. Can't believe this. Billy Turner checks up and makes a smooth move around him. And Jacob Gervais is going to take the second spot now. And that's a horrible turn of events because we all know Bradbury's been working hard all season to get his number one plates. It's going to be definitely something that he's got to think about. Maybe he did ride over his head a little bit, maybe he didn't. But with that being said, Bradbury's got to definitely put a good focus on for the rest of his season to concentrate on getting that number one plate. And this has given the rest of the pack a chance to make up lost points, get ahead of him, and separate that gap. But Billy Turner's looking real good out front, and not making any major mistakes. Maybe a little bobble here and there, but it's nothing too major. So he's just going to keep riding his own race till the end of the race here. And Jacob Gervais just giving it all he's got to pull up, get right up behind Billy and take that number one spot from him. But we don't think that he's going to catch up. Billy's, he's running strong. We watched him into the V. He's checking over his shoulder, making sure Jacob's not too close. But we watched him racing the V. He did good. But the last person he wants to see over his shoulder right now is Jacob Gervais. And Billy's going to have to keep on trucking away here as he makes his way to the Georgia Downs grandstands viewing area. Jacob Gervais not too far behind. And I believe we have Jacob Roscoe Fong at fourth place. He could sneak in a podium here if he gets going. But we're going to do a final lap here with Billy Turner. And Jacob Gervais is just going to push it a little bit harder here on the final lap and try and hopefully close up to the ground. But we think Billy's just going to pull away with this victory. It's just looking real good, real smooth. Once he got by Bradbury, that was pretty much all she wrote. So he plays it safe through the rhythm section. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. Jacob's going to try and double through it, but it's not going to be enough. Billy's heading into the back section of the track here, and with only a half a lap to go, Billy's going to get his first win here. So Billy's just checking over his shoulder there again. He knows he doesn't have to push it now. He can just play it safe all the way to the finish line. And he's got a nice stance going on, nice attack position, but Jacob's just still pushing, sitting down, trying to get that traction down on the sled down to the snow. And we got Blake Taylor coming up here in third. So Billy Turner gives a big fist pump out to the crowd. And that's going to do it with Jacob Gervais coming in second and Blake Taylor from London Rec coming in third. I'm going to run down real quick and we're going to have a quick chat with Billy Turner.
All right, everybody, down here at the podium, Billy Turner, just got your number one plate. How was the riding today for you?
It was good. The track got really rough, so I usually like it a lot rougher. It separates good guys from slower guys. So
yeah, well, we noticed the track was not the typical Georgia Downs track where it was a small oval. It was stretched way into the back. What'd you think about it? Like, totally different?
Yeah, I think they could have made it a bit shorter and used more snow, maybe some bigger whoops, bigger jumps, but everybody's got to ride it, so there's no excuses, right?
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit. You were behind Bradbury, and Bradbury went down, just lost in the whoop section there. What went through your head when you seen him, going down?
I was behind him for probably 3 laps, and I think I was pushing him, and I seen a few mistakes out of him, and so I kind of just tamed it down, and I think it was coming anyway. So yeah, it was good.
Well, it probably feels good to have that number one. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your sponsors? Show them some love.
I got nothing.
Your wallet. That works for us. All right. Well, your Pro Light winner here at Georgia Downs, Billy Turner.
Again, a special congratulations to Billy Turner, but as you can see, the Pro Open guys are out on the track. They're scoping it out. They got their hot lap going, so we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Alright everybody, welcome back to Georgian Downs here for the Pro Open Final. Barrie second. Taking off down that straightaway into the first corner. Got Ian Hayden and Colby Crapo close behind him. Hayden's going to take the whole shot here going into the first corner, making a little bit of a gap. Now, we were talking today how everyone was either skimming the tops of these. The Pro Open guys got a little bit more power. They're able to double through this rhythm section, so they're making short work of it. No problem. Hayden out front. Number 217, Sean McCooley, taking a little bit of a bump there, but that's given J.D. Dennis a little bit of a shot there on the outside to get going, but doesn't seem like it worked out too much for him. Colby Crapo kind of sneaking up on the inside here, going to take the third spot away from J.D., and it looks like J.D.'s going to hold his line. Crapo kind of dodges down into the inside. He'll probably sneak up behind him there, but you can see these guys are just launching it over. Crapo sneaking back on the inside. Hayden launching it over that in front of the grandstand there, giving the fans a good show. So we got Sean McCooley in second, Colby Crapo in third, and here comes Hayden back into this rhythm section. We're going to start doubling through. And, just these guys making it look really easy, but as you can probably see, that the suspension, the travel, and the sleds, there's a lot of work that goes into them. The mechanics, working really hard, and just making these sleds perform at the best of their abilities. So he's just doing his own things. He's been looking good and consistent here all day. He won Moto 1, Moto 2. We don't think it's going to be much of a problem for him to win here today. So it seems like his gap's just going to start stretching out bigger and bigger. We got a little bit of a GoPro cam going on there, sneaking into the snow. Trying to get a little bit closer to the action, but at a safe distance too. So we got Sean and Colby kind of sneaking up in here in the inside corner. Hayden's already taken off through that rhythm section. He's pretty much halfway, if not 3/4 of the way through it before these guys even start to get into it. So every lap you can just see this lead's just starting to stretch out, and that kind of proves why Hayden's the champ here in Snowcross in Canada. The guy just starts leaving people behind once he gets going. And Colby, starting to sneak up here behind Sean, and he's probably gonna get by him here pretty soon. But seems like Sean's holding his own. We've seen Sean race here in the past, and we've followed him this season so far. He's doing well. He's a strong rider, but most people get caught up with the battle between Hayden and Crapo. Crapo having a little bit of difficulty today in one of his motos. I don't know if he tipped over the sled or he crashed, but just having a little bit of trouble getting himself centered out and balanced out again. But we're going to see these guys, just start pounding away at laps. These are longer motos. The Pro Lights, it's almost double of what they would ride. So it's mentally and physically exerting. These conditions they're great, but the problem is when you ride on a long track like this, it's just going to start taking a toll on your body. It's going to start beating you up, and you're going to eventually wear down. You're going to get tired, but it does not seem to be affecting Ian Hayden as Colby Crapo gets by Sean McCooley, and he's going to now start trying to track down Ian Hayden here. But we think that Hayden's got a pretty good substantial lead as Colby enters that first jump. Hayden's pretty much already out of it and ready to turn another lap down. So Hayden's jumping into that corner, and we got Colby Crapo coming up here, and Colby gets loose. Colby off his sled. The sled's tipped over, so that's going to give a chance for Sean and the other riders to start making up some points as Crapo goes down there and probably towards the back of the pack. So Ian Hayden already through that rhythm section. You could see behind him there was nobody even close. So this one's pretty much wrapped up to be Hayden's race. He's going to make up some points on this one, close that gap in with Crapo, and you're going to see these two battling and duking it out for the rest of the season between Timmins, Kitchener, and the final events even at Horseshoe Valley, the 2-day event. It's going to be some wicked racing, and we hope that everyone can come out and enjoy it with the CSRA. So here we got the battle for second, and you can see the distance there. These guys are just giving her absolute non-stop. Hayden's just airing it out. He's just having fun by now on the track. Just not really even putting a full lean into the sled. He's just kind of cruising around the track, having his fun with it. So Sean and Devin are going to be battling it out for that second spot. Not too sure who's exactly back and forth, but I mean, if one of those other riders go down, then it's going to give a chance for a couple more guys back in the pack to catch up and make up some of those points as well too. So it's been a little weird. We see Ian getting a little loose there, just checking up on his speed and just wants to make sure that he's riding okay. But a lot of these guys, it's going to be a close finish between them and the back of the pack. The points are not going to be too far spread. We got Devin Wilson here making a move up on the inside of Sean. Sean not giving it up. He's going to pin it right back down to that corner. He's going to probably push him out to the outside. Devin's going to cut down on the inside. They're going to hold it full bar, pinned. You can see there's no one else behind him, not even close. So this race is totally gapped out. The track is huge, so it gives a chance for the riders to, really space out, and away they go. So Devin's just going to do a quick little block pass, push Sean out, but Sean's coming down to the inside. It's not going to be enough. Devin just pins it and goes on by. Hayden's already out of the rhythm section, heading into the back corner here. So Hayden's just having, a great race today. Just looking real good, real comfortable, and making just like we said before, short work with this course. So it's not going to be too many more laps here, and you can see the second and third, it's almost like a quarter track behind them. It's going to be quite a ways for them to catch up unless Hayden has some kind of mishap or malfunction. I don't think there's going to be much that anyone can do to catch up to Ian Hayden. So he's just going to keep clicking off laps here until he sees that checkered flag, and he's going to go pretty much straight to podium. We got Kobe back up on his sled. He's running near the back of the pack. Hayden's not too far behind him. I mean, you see Hayden coming back into the rhythm section here. It's being closed up quite fast if Kobe doesn't get going. So we're gonna just keep an eye here on Hayden. You can see a couple of his buddies off to the side of the track. They're just telling him huge gap with their arms wide open. Next time he comes over out of that rhythm section through that double, just keep an eye on the ground. You'll see the guys that we're talking about. But it's always helpful, to have someone on the side of the track tell you how big of a gap you have on the rest of the pack. If you've got a huge gap, you don't want to push it too hard. They kind of tell you, you can see there a huge lead up there. So Hayden's got 2 more laps to go. Probably not too worried, not too stressed about anything. So he's just going to keep going, consistent and ride his own race. Here comes Devin Wilson and Sean Makule. They both are they're going to be battling out for second, and it's just turned into a real interesting race. As Ian's he's already about half a track ahead of everyone else. He's going to start catching up to lappers pretty soon here if they don't get going. So I mean, even with 1 lap to go, if he catches up to some of them, it might cause some traffic, but it's not going to be an issue for Ian, as he's got all the time in the world right now just to either make a safe pass to get by them, or he can even just hold up and just kind of take it easy because there's no one close behind him. Devin Wilson coming out of the corner here. Sean back into the corner. So this is pretty much going to be results as we come around for our final lap here. Hayden just going to cruise on down to victory, popping through that rhythm section. Not too much else to worry about here, as he's going to head on down the podium right after this race is over. So it's good to see Hayden win. We had a little bit of a jinx going on when the Outlaw crew showed up. Hayden's not been able to pull off a victory when we were there, so we're glad to see that he broke that little curse here today. So he's coming up behind one of the lappers there, but it's not going to be enough, as he's going to get across the finish line here, and Ian Hayden's going to take the number 1 spot. And Devin Wilson is going to take second, followed by Sean Makule, and that's going to pretty much do it here for your Pro Open final at Georgian Downs and Barrie. As the last of the racers come across the line, we're going to send it down to Anthony Sardo, who's going to have our post-race interview.
All right, race fans, I'm here with the legend, the year that I was born, number 93, Ian Hayden. Mr. Hayden, describe to me how it felt being the first one to see that checkered flag wave.
Dude, you were born in 93?
Actually.
Wow. No, man, it was a good day today. We were pretty fortunate on our side of it. We had some good starts, and the sled was working really, really well. A little bummed to see the fields being a little bit depleted with injuries or people missing the event. I hate seeing guys get hurt, and anyway, it's part of the sport. That's how it goes. I see it year after year, but doing our best just to kind of keep that Rockstar Polaris up front, man. I want to keep winning races, and we started out a little bit slow. We're building some momentum and just not get ahead of ourselves, but just want to stay rolling with it.
Definitely, but in terms of that race, you were very smooth and consistent. So how did you prepare mentally and physically for this race today? How'd you pump yourself up?
I'm actually the opposite, dude. I'm super mellow. I don't like to get jacked up and off the rev limiter and stuff. I'm just kind of in my zone, quiet, do my deal. I know what I need to do. I know it's a good ride when I can come off and talk like this, and that's how it's been going the last couple weekends. So just been focusing on what needs to be done. Whoever's here is here. Whoever's not here is here. We just got to race and do our job, man. And it's whether you're there or not, the green flag flies every Saturday and Sunday. So that's kind of what I'm just focusing on, is just doing my best to kind of put ourselves there every weekend and be in the hunt and just keep, one step in front of the other. It's not over yet. There's lots left. So
That's about it, buddy. And why don't you give a shout out to all them sponsors?
Wouldn't be here, man. Rockstar, Polaris, OTSFF, HMK, Woody's, Scott Goggles. It's been a good group, man. We got a solid foundation behind us, and it's been good. We'll just keep running with it for sure.
Appreciate it. We'll see you around, buddy. Thanks so much. Awesome.
All right, everyone, that wraps up another amazing day down here for the CSRA Snowcross Series.
Yeah, we saw a new track here today at Georgian Downs, a couple new champions, and a lot of new talent coming up through the ranks.
We can't wait for round 9 down at Horseshoe Valley in Barrie, so be sure to stay tuned.